Welcome to Prerona Television Canada on behalf of Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching. We are very happy that we are continuing our leadership speaker series. And today is our episode 83rd. And today we'll be discussing about leadership and ideas. We'll be discussing about leadership, team ideas, um, ideas development, ideas and execution. Uh, Before I introduce our speaker or trainer, I'd like to thank all of you that you have been with us for our journey. We started this program more than a year ago, and the purpose of our session is to disseminate knowledge and our experience to all of you, and we can create leadership skill among the community. We look to, due to pandemic, we do have a lot of challenges, and we do believe that we need to develop our leadership skill. And this is our journey with you. Thank you very much. And we partner with a lot of other organizations. Thank you also Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching and University of Human Excellence. We will be our our speaker today is Advocate Jiaur Rahman, as usual. He is the CEO of IHM, Adjunct Faculty of Independent University. He has a lot of experience in the industry and also in the academia. So before he begins, I would like to share with you a few thoughts on leadership. Uh, I'm not be speaking, but he will be delivering this content. As you know, the leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. We have been discussed a lot of leadership styles, leadership skills, things. So just there are different leadership ideas to practice. I'm going to share with you a few before uh, Advocate Jiaur Rahman will present. As you know that one of the things that leadership idea, one of the first leadership skill or leadership ideas is lead by example. Um, so leadership includes being part of the team, and it's important to show rather than tell what behavior you expect or desire from your employees. The other thing is I like to mention is be professional. Always the leader has to be professional. And also we discussed earlier to offer servant leadership, and a leadership should have also a listening. They should have a listening capabilities, also empathy. They're also actually a very instrumental for community building. They should have foresight, healing, stewardship, persuasion, self-awareness, and conceptualization, commitment for growth of peers. And one of the other things that I'd like to share also, they practice generosity, which is very important, and promote work-life balance. Very important. You see, due to pandemic, we do have a lot of challenges, and leaders should promote work-life balance. And trust your team. Trust is one of the important issues that we need to build among ourselves. And then give constructive feedback, right? Sometimes we blame each other, but we should give a constructive feedback so that in a part of the team we can be win-win situation, right? We have to work together. The other thing that I'd like to mention is find the courage to say no. When someone is doing not the right thing, we should have a courage to say no. And focus on results. It's very important that we should focus on results. We should inspire others because great things can happen when you're inspiring others. Uh, and then take ownership. Anything that you do, you should take an ownership of that. And then work hard every day and be human. One of the important thing that I learned during pandemic um, for the businesses, I think, be human. You can achieve greater things when you be human. Promote innovation. Innovations is one of the challenges that many nations are having, many countries that are having. The purpose of education is to create knowledge and wisdom, but also the innovation, because I guess the successful leaders think beyond that immediate focus and task for overall industry needs. If there is no innovations, there is no growth. So very important that we should promote innovation and be fiscally responsible. We need to be fiscally responsible. So this is the, I'm not presenting anyway. Thank you very much. I would like to invite Advocate Jiaur Rahman. He is a dynamic speaker. He is a trainer. He has been in the field of academy for many years, and I know that you have been blessed by his presentation for last 83 episode that we have already done. And thank you very much. The deepest appreciation from Prerona Television, Canada, and also Global Academy of Holistic Leadership and Coaching for the partnerships and the contribution, the dedications that you have shown for developing the leadership skills. Thank you very much. And I'd like to invite you to continue your session. Thank you.
Good morning and good afternoon and good evening and rest of the world. I think I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, just full screen. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So thank you very much for the great introduction, Edward Probimondo from Canada. We have been doing this for the last almost 2 years, and today is our 83rd session. Today's topic is leadership and ideas. We had been talking about leadership from different angles, and as a professional, we have to realize that the more we focus on our own leadership and our team leadership, the better we can actually be in terms of our capability, in terms of our efficiency, in terms of our ability to think things through and navigate out of difficult journeys. Everyone in life would be moving in difficult journeys, and we as leaders have to find our space and our way forward to ensure that we are moving in the right direction, understanding the situation, contextualizing the process, and then navigating towards a better journey. This is a time-bound exercise. We can't get on board right away. It is a practice that we have to develop on a regular basis. So this leadership series is to really inculcate the spirit that yes, we can do. And the way to do is by practicing what we are speaking. So everyone in this forum that who are listening to us, we need to start thinking that whatever knowledge or whatever information that we are sharing, we need to apply that in our lives, even if it's a small amount. If we start this process, that's when we see certain things moving in the right direction. So moving forward, we are going to be having a slightly different approach to today's topic, where we'll just talk about some ideas and how we can apply that into our leadership design. So moving forward, I normally start off with some quotations. So today's quotation is by Ken Kesey. You don't lead by pointing and telling people some place to go. You lead by going to that place and making a case. This is all about establishing the fact that, yes, I have tasted the journey, I'm part of the journey, and I walked the difficult journey, and now I'm here. Now, people, you can take look at all my steps and footsteps and the mistakes that I went through life and gather some information and knowledge. Had I just spoken about my journey without actually taking the journey forward in leadership, then people may have lost me in the way. They didn't see it. We say seeing is believing. So you have to show that you can do certain things, and then people will line up with you. People will have a confident perspective on you. So this is the whole idea, that in a leadership perspective, the idea is to move yourself through the process and take the difficult journey. It's easy to become a consultant, but it's very difficult to actually run the particular business. So what I'm suggesting in this process is that rather be a consultant, take the leap of faith, engage yourself in the process in which you are feeling confident about, take the journey, walk your way into the woods, and you will find out soon there will be moments of success, there will be moments of failure, but you will weave your way forward, you will learn, you'll become confident. And once you become confident and you have gone to the other side of the tunnel, you know your knowledge has expanded, your experience has also expand it and people will follow you. You don't have to sermon them at that point. So a good quotation by Ken Kesey. The next one is by Steve Jobs. He was the legendary founder of Apple computers. So whatever he did in his life was astonishing. So we could actually take some ideas from his perspective. Although he talks about ice cream, but in this case, I will contextualize with regards to our leadership issues. So he says, if you want to make everyone happy, don't be a leader selling ice cream. I think I've missed out on the quotation. Don't be a leader selling ice cream. It should be, no, I'm sorry. If you want to make everyone happy, don't don't be a leader, sell ice cream. The idea is that you can't make everyone happy. It is impossible to make everyone happy in your journey into leadership. There will be points where you will have to be a little bit stern, you'll have to be a little bit vocal, and people may not like it. But that particular moment, being a little stern and rigid was the need of the hour. So if you didn't take that stance, then maybe your product output would have been delayed. Maybe you would have gotten some faulty material or raw material into your house. So maybe your leadership was being tested. So you have to be firm at times. So in this journey of leadership, it's not possible to be pally friendly to every single person. What I'm suggesting is that we don't have to be rude with people, but you have to be sometimes stern and be matter of factly. You speak what you are truly wanting, and the person working with you has to deliver at your optimal standards. Otherwise, your product quality or your service quality will falter, and you will have a bad outcome in the product or service that you are ultimately bringing out to your customer community. So this is very important. You have to be out there positioning yourself with the right mindset, sometimes being a little stern, and you can't be friendly at all times. Sometimes you have to take a strong position as a leader. So he is connecting it with selling ice cream, although I know selling ice cream itself might be a difficult task at times, but he's just trying to say that you have to do something a little less easier, much easier than if you really want to grow yourself as a leader. So moving forward, we take this vision that if you want to lead, you have to be stern at certain times. You have to be officiating your position and demanding that certain things have to be done as per the standard. And that's how you would be positioning yourself as a person of strong ethics and values as well. Moving forward. This is by Eleanor Roosevelt. I believe he was the past US president. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Absolutely a wonderful statement. If you don't dream, if you don't play with your ideas and you don't vision out certain things as a leader, then you are a person with average standard. You're a person with average quality. You will not be doing extraordinary feat. You would not create something magical. It is the people who dare, who do things differently, who go out and walk not with the flow of the crowd, but against the flow of the crowd to find a unique opportunity and a unique product or unique service or unique way of communicating your leadership. And that those are the people who will be leading the society, the technological space, the business space, the political space, etc. So being out there and doing certain things with your dream is what leadership is all about. So the future belongs to people who take risks, sometimes uh, crazy risk as well, but most often calculated risk from the business perspective and move forward. So we have to play with ideas. Ideas will come flowing in our direction. We have to understand which ideas to capture, which ideas to let go, because ideas and noise, we know these two concepts. Ideas can be turned into noise if the context changes. If the idea does not turn into noise, that means it has its merit, then you can actually work on the idea and push it forward, and then you will come out successful. Many times people don't go that extra mile. You need to go that extra mile to really get the essence of the ideas or the thoughts or the perspective on which you're working, and that will deliver you the set of intended results that you had planned for, but you did not have the total perspective within your grasp, but you stuck to your effort, you championed the process, and ultimately you saw dreams come into reality. So that's what we have to be doing as leaders in our own particular domains moving forward. This is a quotation that I put out, a definition that I put out. It's I designed it myself. So what is leadership in the context of today's topic? Leadership is about generating ideas within the team and finding a well-crafted plan to execute it. So we have to be generating ideas. Today's topic is on leadership and ideas, and therefore our focus should be as leader to generate ideas. It can be ideas that are coming right through our heads and our intellect, or you could gather information and knowledge from the people with whom you are working and use their perspective and incorporate your perspective, and then you take it forward. It might be a very successful model if you can bring the team together to support the vision. Sometimes people come up with certain vision, and then you see that there are other additional components that it can be associated with. So you sort of tinker with their vision, and you encapsulate it with other ideas, and then you get something even more magical. You deploy, you create those ideas, and you create a well execution plan, and then you execute and implement the process in the field, and you get success. Sometimes you get really good success, sometimes you don't get as much success as you had anticipated. Then you redesign the model. So leadership is about creating these ideas into well-crafted plan and then executing them on the ground. And that's how you grow your enterprise. You grow every single organization that you are working with. It's about tenaciously getting out there, playing with ideas, deploying these new knowledge into actionable points, and trying to get something out of it. Obviously, a vision-driven approach would be needed in this case as well. Moving forward, this is basically a perspective of leadership ideas from the mindset of a good team member. Everyone is a leader in his or her team environment. We have to start thinking that it's not just one leader who will ignite everyone. Sometimes it's true, but if you are a team player, you have to play your fiddle, you have to play your second fiddle, you have to be there sometimes taking the extra mile and pushing forth with your knowledge and ideas in front of your team members, suggesting that this would be a journey that would might be bringing in success for your organization if you follow these ways, if you bring in these ideas, if you add knowledge to it, and if you're confident, then others will also be uh, coming on board with your perspective. So as a good team member, you are also a leader in your own right. So a quality team member has to be focusing on some issues. First is activeness, activity, active perspective. If you have a mindset that I am engaged, I'm spirited, I'm going to deliver, that's your active mindset. So activeness is very much needed for a leader. You have to have a mental maturity. You can't be swinging this way and that way all the time. Sometimes people with extraordinary brilliance moves from one topic to the other topic, or one idea to the other idea. Sometimes it's good, most often it's not. It's best to find space and take time to work on each idea and see through it whether it is panning out to be something successful or not. If not, then you tinker with it, uh, you reorient yourself, you re-engineer the process, you try to figure out, is there a place where we went wrong? Then you try to do a corrective strategy, and then you move forward with the plan. Most often, these are the people who succeed because they are with the process. They're learning and they are actually going through a learning curve and improving the process, and ultimately they will have a product or a service line which is acceptable to the audience. This is at certain points difficult because you might be too much biased with regards to your product or service, and you don't see the market. You sort of uh, you sort of go into that mindset that what we are doing is the best thing that is possibly uh, achievable with the timeline and with the mindset that we have, but not realizing that this may not be the right journey. So you also have to be careful as to not be totally blinded with your passion. Helpfulness. A good leader is always helpful. Edward had mentioned about being helpful to people as a leader. These are important in issues. It also builds integrity and ethics within a system. So helpfulness. We had talked about these in larger detail, and we will again reflect and talk about it in future as to how we can get more leadership understanding by being more helpful to community and people. Knowledge and wisdom, this goes without saying. We have to gather knowledge, and with knowledge, with a lot of interaction and a lot of experiential learning, we also gather wisdom. So these are two issues. Knowledge and wisdom have to be part of the process for a good team member. And at the end, but most importantly, we have to be humble, respectful. We have to be efficient in our our points of view with regards to our teammates. We can't be putting anybody down. We can't be pushing someone too high up and creating a uh, creating some kind of disharmony within the enterprise. So the process have to be well structured for a good employee to lead. Even with great ideas, if you are not managing these resources in its right dimension, then you might have a boat that starts to rock and ultimately it may capsize. So we don't want to be in a position where we don't realize that we are doing it, we are moving in one tangent too much without creating a balance with regards to the other components. Assuming you are very, very helpful, but you don't spend time energizing your team members in the context of their own personal self growth, and you're not matured, you're a little whimsical, but you're a helpful person. Will you be leading? Probably not. You will be having a choppy leadership position. So if you want to succeed, you have to encapsulate all of these into the design of leadership. So ideas will come, ideas will go. As a leader, we have to be able to manage those ideas in a meaningful perspective, in a perspective where we can create the dimension of success with the knowledge base and the wisdom and the skills that we have within our enterprise. Moving forward, these are small issues, but interesting if you read these points. The first one is innovative people are always open to new ideas and discussion. This goes without saying. If you want to innovate, you must have a light bulb in your head. The light bulb is going to lit up every time you get a new idea. So a good leader has to be constantly gathering information from the market, from the team members and others from the industry. When it comes to effective leadership, problem solving skills are great. Yes, you have to be a problem solver. Everybody looks up to you as a good leader to solve problem. That's a normal perspective for all leader. We have to be reasonably good at problem solving. If you vacillate, if you become nervous, then people will not be getting the confidence. They will not back you up with their own set of confidence. If you are confident, the people alongside with you will become confident. The next one is self-confidence is critical for leadership because it gives them wings to take risks, accomplish goals, and fly high. It's about flying high. It's about getting to where you probably will not go unless you have the confidence. With great level of confidence and resilience, you will finish your marathon run. What is the marathon run? In this case, maybe you're designing a very complicated product and a lot of discussions and a lot of technological support needs to be incorporated, and you are feeling the pain and you are anguishing with a lot of stress. But if you are a confident person, you will be succeeding because it will help everybody in the team to fly high with confidence. Once your confidence kicks in, your output and achievement will automatically follow. That's the reality of life. Moving forward, some more points on it as well. Integrity is the foundation of good leadership. If you're ethical and you're integrity driven, doing what you believe and saying what you're doing is will make you a person of good value system. So if you are integrity driven, people will come line up with you and people will believe in you. If you don't have the integrity filled mindset, then you're not committed. People will not be clear about your journey. People might think that he or she may vacillate, so they will have a hands off type of association with you. But if you are passionate, if you're delivering on what you're suggesting and you're really trying hard, sometimes you may fail, but that does not matter. People will need to see that you had put in your effort and then you failed. Obviously, they will want you not to fail, but they will also feel that you stuck to your guns and you worked hard. You failed, but you're going to bounce back and move in the right direction. People will have those type of confidence on you at that point. Honesty is a quality that is expected from leaders. Absolutely. If you are not an honest person, nobody will follow you. If you are a cheat, if you are a person who's taking bribes or taking undue commission, then you can't be a leader. You can be at most a manager. But if you really want to be a leader, leading the path and getting people truly believing in you, that spirit of honesty is vital. Being a great leader means that you have the resolve to own up to commitments and promises that you have made. This means that if you had made certain commitments, if you had said that we are going to deliver this on certain date, you better be working day and night making sure that things are delivered on your suggested date. If you are constantly moving about with timelines or your commitments, then people will not be feeling happy around you. People will try to discount you with your views. So getting things done would be so much harder for you at that point. So moving forward, I'm at the end of my session. So today's $1 million question is, can ideas without leadership create a meaningful impact? I would say not possible, because it is through ideas that you actually build the organization forward. The vision setting is connected with the product ideas or service ideas or in a social engagement, societal ideas. So if you want to create a meaningful impact, then you have to play and tinker with ideas. A lot of ideas and well funded by maybe research and financial support can take flight into great products. If you notice, across the world, there are many, many companies which had come up with small ideas, but they turned into massive ideas because once they realize that the ideas are picking up and the customers and the market is actually taking their products or services in a good spirit, then they even put more energy and effort. They expanded the product, they added new cluster of services around the product, and ultimately the products or the services started to um, balloon. So as a professional, as a leader, our focus should be to build on ideas. Ideas, one great idea can make an organization successful. Similarly, a bad idea can break the organization. So as good leaders, as good managers, we have to be constantly thinking at the back of our mind, what ideas can we play with? Is there something new that we can incorporate? If you want to be a leader, you have to realize that you are in a contextual environment where time is running, systems are also getting slightly different, and new technology and new application focused products and services are coming. Therefore, the market is constantly moving forward. So you can't be sticky with your ideas unless the idea is so enormously solid that you have banked on it, that you've betted on it, that this idea will take you forward for the next few years. If that is the case, then by all means you can stick to your ideas. But if you are with a product or a service cluster where things are reasonably good, but you don't have the greatest idea, then you need to work on your ideas, you need to reformulate your ideas, and you need to proceed forward. And that's how you can actually develop your organizational structure. So the culture of idea mapping and idea formulation and playing with ideas should be embedded as a fundamental component, an essential and integral foundational component of your organization. It could be a business organization, social or political, it does not matter. Great people will come with great ideas. You need to incorporate them into your enterprise. And last but not the least, we have to realize that if you don't play with ideas, the smart people around you will feel that the organizational culture is not vibrant, and they will lose their energy. They may not, you may not see it right away. And once their energies have sapped, it's very hard for them to come back and bounce back. They will ultimately find they will find themselves in a position that they are not enjoying the enterprise and the work activity, and they will leave. So a great idea man that you had actually brought into your enterprise, or who was there for a long time, you didn't really play with his or her idea, and ultimately you lost out. So that would be a massive exodus of human resource knowledge. So you don't want to be in those type of shoes. So as a leader, if you want to lead in life as a professional, as a business leader, or any other category of leader, you need to work with ideas. And I am very strongly focused on this perspective that an idea can build an enterprise forward. So with that, I would like to end today's session, and thank you very much, people listening in from Canada and rest of the world, and people in Bangladesh, India, and rest of the world. Thank you very much. Stay blessed, and let's focus on a war-free humanity. Let's not go into wars. Let's come and dialogue and solve our problems. We don't want death and mutilations around the world. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
Right, with that, we end our 83rd episode of Leadership Spirit series. Thank you very much. A deepest appreciation to Advocate Jiaur Rahman for his wonderful presentations and the masses, powerful masses that we really need in this world right now, of peace. So with that, thank you very much. And we welcome our audience to see our next episode, which is coming next week. Thank you very much. Stay blessed and stay safe.
An academy of holistic leadership and coaching. We believe in the spirit of humanity. And so let's believe in the spirit of humanity and let humanity grow. We want a peaceful universe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.